Hey, what's up, Osbourne fans? So there are some big things happening over here in our world. We are finally re-releasing The Osbournes. Since the show has left the air, it hasn't been readily available to anyone. And we're also doing some new content around the original footage. We're gonna be doing the basement tapes. It's gonna be a watch party with us watching,
ourselves.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's gonna be full of narcissism.
Fabulous.
Insecurity.
Then you'll be able to understand what your father and I went through when you
Oh, fuck
were
off,
growing
Mum.
up.
I know,
I'll
and
be able
maybe
to look at
you'll
my
be able to
childhood.
Torture,
I'll be able to look
torture.
at my childhood and be like, ooh.
So, join the family and get access to all this and a whole bunch more. Be a part of the Osbournes community at osbournemediahouse.com.
And it was their fault.
Well, you know what you are? You're victim blaming.
Yes, I am.
You're victim blaming.
Absolutely.
Victim blaming, wow.
That's my road.
Look, everyone did the best they could fucking do at the time. Join the family at osbournemediahouse.com.
Crazy. Hey, but that's how it goes.
I need to go to a happier place.
I feel romantic.
Shut up, Ozzy!
Just go to bed, darling.
All right, change the subject.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Well, Mum and I went to Montecito for a romantic weekend. And it was like going into the fucking end of the world club.
Why?
It pissed down, it rained like you've never seen it.
The
It
atmospheric
was like
river.
tropical
And at
rain.
one point, I said to your mum, you know, when I was a little boy, I used to love playing in the rain. What if we go in the hot tub? She went, oh, no, I was coming with me. And we very nearly went into the hot tub.
You guys nearly did an activity together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
That's
I know.
impressive.
I know.
But let me tell you, it not only rained, it lightning, thunder, snowed.
4
in one
seasons
day.
in one day. And I've got pictures which we should put up of the snow in Montecito.
Wow.
Because
Mum
people
was
don't believe
Mum was
it.
on the phone and
I'm
looking at you know them alerts going dee, dee, on the TV.
Yeah.
They were coming on all the time.
I'm surprised they actually let you back into Montecito because, you slammed 2 of their most prominent residents.
Oh, please. Ridiculous.
Surprised they didn't ban you from the city.
What was that for?
Ellen and Harry and Meghan live in Montecito, and so,
All right.
there's a sign on the freeway.
Not allowed,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've got a picture of
But
me
we
with
could-
this red circle and
Yeah.
the
I said,
slash.
so let's go back, but we couldn't have come back anyway because the motorway was flooded.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, the move in torrential rain isn't to get in your car and drive.
yeah, but it was like a Forsyth guy, all the fucking
Yeah, but you were at a place with 24-hour room service. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Really good room
Really
The guy
service.
comes. The guy
Oh,
comes.
it's so
We ordered
good.
a bunch of food. The guy comes to the door with his tray, opens the door, and the fucking lot went on the floor.
He dropped it all?
Yeah, bless him. I
no.
know, I
That
know.
was
He must have
fucking
felt-
dessert, fish
No.
and chips. all
He
kinds
must
of-
have felt fucking horrible.
Horrible.
I'm doing my painting. And hello,
God, and they probably would have
I'm thinking,
bollocked him for it.
Mum's been training again.
Wait, listen.
Go on.
Speaking of like romance and romantic getaways, romantic events, did you hear about these 2 winners?
Who?
Abby and Brittany Hensel. They break their silence after they actually got married, the conjoined
Who?
twins.
Who are they?
Did
Oh,
you
that
see-
married the one guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have so
The
many questions.
conjoined twins married.
There's 2 heads
2
on
heads.
one body.
Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That would.
Well, he married one of them.
But do they have 2 privates?
No.
They have one
One.
vagina.
One gearbox.
They have
Yeah.
they have one vagina, but they have different different organs, I think.
Oh, see,
From the waist below.
let me ask a very embarrassing
one.
question. When orgasm hits, who gets the...
Who gets the hit? And what does the other one do?
Do they put like a pillow over her face so it's just like you're
Or if like a sheet?
fucking one of them? Like how does this work?
I am so curious myself. They have
What
to.
if Brittany finds love and she wants to get married? Do they share one bed and it's just 3 of them?
But does
or
the
4
guy,
of them
does
in
the,
there?
the other husband then
It could be
approve?
very
Like, what if
interesting bed, though.
What if the husband hates the other husband?
That's what I'm saying.
It
There's
could be very
so
interesting in bed.
many levels to
Bring
this.
a friend round.
I mean, but it's like, how does that work?
But hold on,
You'd have to
legally,
get
he's
your
only
hard
married to
dick
one.
Yes.
really
legally.
close to another man's hard dick to ever have some sort of threesome with them, and that is a bit too much.
Yeah, but
I don't think
can
it
she
is.
get have babies?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I would have.
I do.
But
Not
if
know.
And
she has
whose
a
baby is it?
Who's the mum?
That's what I don't. That's what I don't know.
There's so many layers to this.
I have so.
This is-
But
many
what if the one
questions.
head's a lesbian and the other one ain't?
Yes, that's a fucking great point.
Well,
I'm
at one point, I
confused.
read that one of them wanted to be a pilot, and the other one wanted to be
A deep sea diver.
a dentist, and when they don't have the same.
But I mean,
like,
your
opinion,
boyfriend's
it's
here
very
again.
short-lived.
How long are you going to be tonight?
Yeah.
Can you look the other way when
But
you
did-
do
When
it?
they fart, who did it?
Great question. When do they both know when they have to take a piss, or does one know or the other?
I don't know, because that part of the body they share, whereas they both are
What if
motive
one's
on
got-
one
what-
arm and
what
one
if
leg.
one's got
Yes,
the
They
yes.
have
earthers?
to be.
What if one's got the earthers and the one?
Well, it's the same bowel system, I'm guessing.
So they both feel it.
Yeah.
But they got it's with smells.
I'm not saying anything because I'm sure that there's a
We're allowed to have questions, though.
no, but I think there's probably a campaign or some group of people that are for
Offended.
two-headed women.
Offended.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
no, I
I'll
don't.
get-
We're not being mean. I'm just.
So many questions.
Yeah.
I'm so
They
curious.
need to go on Reddit and do an AMA, like an Ask Me
Yeah, but
Anything.
there's a thing, also a thing called privacy. You don't know.
They did a reality show.
They did like 5
They
reality
did?
Yeah.
shows.
When they were like teenagers.
Yeah.
Oy, I couldn't.
No, they've been on TV their whole lives.
But it's kind of weird.
How
though.
old are they?
In their
They're in their
late 20s.
I mean,
30s.
they drive cars.
No, they were born in 1990.
They drive. What,
So,
what
yeah,
do they
33,
argue? They
34.
argue with each other.
I think they do. They have disagreements.
Could you imagine being that close to somebody you're pissed off with?
Well, I mean, that's what.
You wouldn't.
That's what. If you get on, it's okay. But what happens if the one didn't get on with the other? I mean, they got to disagree with something.
What happens if they don't want to both watch the same TV show?
Well, they can have 2 TVs in a row.
Wait, hold on a second. I just want to go back to the point that you said one of them wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
All right. You get on your Delta airline flight to New York City, and you see the captains walking down the.
With
2 heads are better than one
Sure.
in a sticky
I
situation.
tell you what, I'd feel a lot safer than with one head.
Because there's 2 brains working.
Sure, but I'm just saying, would you be a little like perturbed? Would you be like, "Fuck, I
No
don't-"
way.
You would not have a concern
No,
if you
I
saw.
would not. 2 heads are better than
Do you
one.
know what they do for a living?
No,
They're elementary school teachers.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
at like a school
What
for
are they
kids with
teach?
disabilities,
I don't
or
know,
like
I
at like the local
What if the
school.
one's a maths teacher and the other one's a geography teacher?
Well, then they get the two. Then the school
for the
gets
price
2
of
for the
one.
price of 1.
No.
But do they have 2
But
different
what about-
social
what about-
security
okay,
numbers?
Okay.
This is all
okay,
the questions.
okay.
I don't know.
They got one body, right?
Yeah,
Who gets paid a paycheck?
that's what I'm saying. But
Do
they
they
have
get-
2 different heads.
Do they get double paycheck?
I would think so.
Funny
If
to
you
all.
go and get your driver's license, let's say,
But
does one have to
does
like
the-
move
does the
out
one
of the
head-
picture?
But they can't. They
It's the
can't
person with
move
one
that
head.
far from each other
Okay.
because it's like
If the one head wants
here.
to do that, and the other head doesn't want.
They each could they're basically split down the middle control wise. So the left head controls the left side, and the right head controls the right side.
So how can they drive a car?
They somehow and this
Do
is,
they have a driver's license?
They
I don't
do.
know.
They do, because I remember watching the show when they got their driver's license and they were explaining and they were having people talk about, well, there's a level of like telepathic ability with them because they can drive a car totally fine.
To
Now,
change somebody's
their
sli-
legs
to
must
change
be
somebody's
like
life
that.
slightly.
No.
they're together.
Yes.
I was talking to Mum over the weekend about these people that can read a book like fast, and you can say to them, "What's on page 200?"
I know someone like that.
And they can go remember that page word for word.
Yeah. Yeah.
That-
Photographic memory.
It's like 0.01% of it. There's a name for it.
But that goes to show how far behind. up there for what the brain can do.
Yeah. Hey everyone, it's Jack Osbourne here, and the Osbournes podcast is sponsored by ButcherBox. Now, ButcherBox might be the best thing to happen to me in a long time. It's a premium meat subscription service dedicated to delivering high-quality meats. I mean, look how high quality this meat is. Can we just look at the thickness of this steak? The chicken, delicious. It was like what sustained me in the office for a couple weeks. And everything's awesome. I'm blown away by the quality of their meat. Look, work keeps me pretty damn busy, and I don't always have time to find sustainably sourced meat and seafood for my girls. They eat a lot of meat and seafood, so that kind of stuff is important to me. But ButcherBox makes it easy, and now that I know what my girls like, it's even easier to customize my plan. The meat is delivered right to my door, and when I'm in an even tighter time crunch, ButcherBox has fully cooked meals as options. There are no more excuses when you can put dinner on the table in 15 minutes. With ButcherBox, you don't have to worry about what's for dinner. Right now, ButcherBox is offering new users 2 pounds of ground beef in every box for the lifetime of their subscription. Plus, get $20 off your first order by going to butcherbox.com/Osbournes and enter the code Osbournes at checkout. This expires April 30th, 2024. Hey, Jack Osbourne here, and the Osbournes podcast is sponsored by Blue Chew. Blue Chew. It's time to talk about sex, baby. Listen very closely, and you'll thank me later, because it's BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a service delivering chewable tablets with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, and it's made right here in America. The process to get Blue Chew is simple as 1, 2, 3. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical professional, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. These little awesome black sachets of endless fun arrive in a very discreet brown envelope, and inside, oh, it's on and poppin'. You just chew one of these suckers, morning, noon, night, wherever the vibe is, and you're going. So I recommend it. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. Giggity, giggity. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code Osbournes at the checkout. You just pay $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Osbournes to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our podcast.
What's that on your finger?
A ring.
No.
Ink.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, and guess what? Dad finally gave me a painting.
Oh, that's nice.
And I feel very honored. It is like,
What's the title of it?
I don't care, I think.
About you.
You're such a dick. All right, do we want to get into what the topic of the show is today?
It's not conjoined twins.
Well, I could literally talk about Abby and Brittany Hensel all day
I
long.
think we bring them on the podcast.
Please.
Where do they live?
I think Kansas or Midwest.
Minnesota.
Or Minnesota.
I am genuinely interested. I don't think
Do
it's
they
funny.
have to buy 2 tickets on a plane?
Great question.
Like, I think my fart
I don't
question
think it's. I think an airline.
More
Once again, why is it always shit with you?
I think my fart question is more interesting because, like, which one did it?
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
I wonder if they have similar taste in food.
Yeah. Or who eats when that, like, do they
Do
both?
they have one stomach?
That's what I
They
want to know.
got 2 heads, so they both probably eat.
Do they have one stomach?
I think so.
It's from the waist down.
Let's take a look. Hold on.
They have shared organs. So the waist up,
Abby.
they have
The
their
lungs.
own. I feel like they
They've
have
got
their
2
own
sets of
lungs.
lungs.
I think
Oh,
so.
this is all too confusing for me. 2
Abby
heads, 1
and
body.
Brittany.
So that's pretty pretty wild.
Like,
Here.
can they have a
not
baby?
seen- have you look?
You've seen them before, Ozzy.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Look, they're a walking miracle when you
They,
think about it.
absolutely.
A walking miracle, and I have so many fucking
And
questions.
he's a lucky guy. He's married 2 women.
No, he's only married to Abby, Mum.
Let's go to let's just go to the Wikipedia and see what they say. Okay. Having 2 heads joined to 1 torso. They are highly symmetric for conjoined twins. Each has a heart, a stomach, a spine, pair of lungs, and spinal cord.
Two, yeah.
Yes, each twin controls one arm and one leg. When they were infants, learning to crawl, walk, and clap required cooperation. They can eat and write separately and simultaneously. Activities such as running, swimming, hairbrushing, playing piano, or volleyball, riding bicycles, and driving a car require coordination. Okay.
But they do all those things together.
Yeah.
See, they're amazing.
Do you think they like each other?
What if one's
What if one's got smelly breath, right?
no?
Hold on.
What if one? If they're doing something together, and the one gets upset with the other one.
So they've got two vaginas.
One vagina, Mum.
One.
2 heads, 1 vagina.
Hold on. Let's. Abby's
got-
head tilts laterally outwards 5 degrees to the right. All right. Hold on. Brittany's leg is nearly 2 inches shorter than
It's a
Abby's.
pretty incredible thing.
It really is.
No,
At age
it's-
12, they underwent surgery at Gillette Children's Hospital Specialty Healthcare to correct scoliosis and expand their chest cavity to prevent breathing trouble. Each twin manages one side of the conjoined body.
Do
Hold
they
on.
have 2 lungs?
Yes.
2 sets of lungs.
Yeah.
So they got 4 lungs.
So everything from the waist up, they have 2 of.
So
And
they
then
got
from the
2
waist down, they have 1 of.
Organ distribution. You ready? 2 heads, 2 spines merging at the coccyx and joined at the thorax by sections of ribs. Surgery corrected scoliosis. 2 completely separate spinal cords. 2 arms, originally 3. They had it removed. 1 broad rib cage. 2 highly fused sternums and traces of bridging ribs. 2 breasts. 2 hearts that are shared in a shared circulatory
Wait,
system.
so 2 breasts, that's it? Or
Yes.
is it like...
Let me ask
2
a
breasts,
really
not
morbid
4
que-
breasts.
Okay,
2
2.
breasts.
Let me ask a really, really morbid question. I'm not being funny. What if one dies before the other?
See, you don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. That's happened in the past. These remember that they were Chinese conjoined twins. That's where the term Siamese twin came from, and they were joined by like the kind of midsection, and they were always afraid to separate because they were like, we don't know what it was back in the late 1800s or something. One of them died of cancer, and then like within an hour, the other one died because of blood poisoning. And when they did the autopsy, they found they were only connected by like a bit of skin and some arteries.
Did they have 4 legs?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, hold on. We're getting to the good stuff. 2 stomachs, 2 gallbladders, 1 liver enlarged and elongated right lobe, Y-shaped small intestines with slightly spastic double, I don't know what that is. 1 large intestine, 3 kidneys, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 bladder, 1 set of reproductive organs, so they can have children because it says reproductive organs.
That's fucking incredible.
2 separate half sacrums, which
That's unbelievable.
converge distally.
don't know
1
what that
slightly
means.
broad pelvis, 2 legs.
I wonder if,
So to answer your
I wonder-
question, Mum, it is 1 vagina.
Yes, but whose baby? Who's like
who? Yeah.
Oh, guys, listen, we could fucking.
I could talk about
we
Abby
could
and
go
Brittany
so
all
deep
day.
in this
I think
rabbit
it's
hole.
so interesting, and I have so many questions, and it's such a...
But I guess they were getting a lot of hate.
Why would you get hate, though?
I don't know. They sent some cryptic message online when they came out about it, and they were
Because
you
I
it
know
was
they
to all
kept their
the
wedding a
haters.
secret for 2 years before people figured out that they had been married, and then kind of went nuts over it. Should we talk about the topic of the show today?
Yes.
It got me thinking with Abby and Brittany getting married that, there's always so many questions about relationships and love. And then I started thinking about Dad's old column, the Ask Ozzy. And I thought, why don't we reach out to our listeners and ask them to ask questions of
Dating
love
questions.
advice, like dating questions. And there's so much that we can unpack, but we have a bunch of them here. And some of the questions are really, really interesting because it doesn't matter how old you are, it's the same question.
Right, go on then.
Okay, let's go. First one. This first one is from Sheena Talks 8529. Dear Osbournes, advice on dating as a newly single mum. The dating culture seems more about hookups and appearances, while I'm looking for someone genuine whose personality matters most.
She's 89.
Where did you get 89 from?
You said 89.
No, that's
I
just
said
her screen name.
Her screen name.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Look, it must be really hard being a single mum on your own, and you want that side of your life. You want to feel like.
How old is she?
I
Doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
So let's, for the sake of the argument, say she's in her mid-30s.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, 30s.
20s, 30s.
Yeah. I would say, I don't know. It's fucking, dating's weird.
It's dating has completely changed. I
Changed.
don't think
Everything is
apps.
the apps, and so you have to be
Well, I'll tell
so
you,
careful.
you're on
So
dating apps.
careful.
Oh, they're dangerous, I think.
Especially for women, because some women just get so pulled into a
Well, if you're alone,
relationship that's just in writing. There's
if
no
you're a
other.
lonely person with a kid, and you get so hooked up on the line, you don't know whether the person on the other end is telling you the truth.
No, and so many times you get people from other countries that say they're in your country, and then they start about, a family member's sick, they need money, they need this, and then these women fall
I'm
for
a
it.
deposed prince of an
What
African
about-
nation.
Yeah.
What about this one woman who thinks that she's been having a relationship with Post Malone?
I saw
And
what-
she's like 60-something years old and out of her mind. And she
Oh, bless
truly
her.
believes that she's been having a relationship with him. And it's really cruel to do that to people.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
really cruel.
it's funny. It's like, I think as a society, if we'd have had the internet 200 years from now, it definitely would be a bit different. If you think about like time-wise, like I don't think we are
Future or back.
future. Like I don't think we're as developed as we should be to have such a powerful thing like the internet.
No,
Agree.
but but no matter, there's always people
Who want to ruin it?
People that can pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah, and there are so many vulnerable people, especially like a single parent.
Because everybody wants love.
Of course. And
I guess my advice to this woman would be find a hobby and put your energy in finding a hobby, and then hopefully it's a hobby where there's other people that you could do it with and meet someone through that.
I think that's really good advice.
It is. Or if you do start a relationship with somebody, make sure that they're in your town. And if you do meet up in the morning for a coffee or something.
Yes.
Never meet them at night. It's so dangerous. You always meet in the morning in a crowded place.
Back when I was dating, my thing was always a coffee for for the most part I
Yeah.
would only go meet for coffee because you're like it can either be 20 minutes or it can be 2 hours.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is from Retrover 6514. Dear Osbournes, oh, this one's so sweet. I kissed someone, my first kiss, and I didn't feel anything from it. And I don't know what to do because they're amazing, but I didn't feel anything when we kissed.
Ooh.
I would say then, if they're amazing and you find them interesting, start off as friends. Because if you didn't get anything from the kiss, okay, that's usually not a sign of great romance.
Oh,
What
shut
are you
up.
talking
You're like
about? You're such a liar!
you're like the
Look
kissiest
at his
guy.
face! Liar!
Oh, give me
first
a
kiss.
Oh,
the amount
Mummy.
of times I've
Oh,
heard Mummy, give
please.
me a kiss.
I love my wife. When in the old days when I was a suave,
And you were suave gentleman.
yeah.
Come
Because
on.
I
No,
was always fucking faceless.
no, then keep this
You were too
person
busy
as a
drinking
friend.
to kiss.
I agree that
Keep it as a friend, and
you know,
maybe
some
it
people
will
that I've
build
tried
into
to
something.
date in my life have ended up becoming my best friends. They're just
Right.
not meant to be the person I dated.
No, because it's two totally different things.
Kelly, why are you wearing this outfit?
I'm wearing this outfit today because there's been a request for me to be more sexy.
From who?
And the people.
The
stand up now,
people of
show
the
me.
world, or like
Show me. Stand up. Oh, that's really sexy.
And we're talking, since we're talking about like love and relationships and stuff, I thought that it was
I see
an
the
appropriate.
I don't know how I feel about that outfit, if I'm being really honest.
Why? It's funny as fuck.
It's like a joke T-shirt you would buy while you're on vacation in the Florida Keys.
Excuse me, this t-shirt is not a joke.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's what it, like, remember
No,
the
I
fucking
know the bikini ones, but
yeah.
I think that's what it's a play on, and I think
It's fun.
I think it's really fun.
It's fun.
It's like, imagine me actually sat here in lingerie with my parents and brother.
I think it would be funnier if I was wearing it.
It'd be even funny if I was wearing it.
Do you want to wear it?
I think next episode you and me should fucking wear those T-shirts.
I can go get you them.
Do you know,
you can
do
get
you
me
know
one.
that there is now a law in Scotland, and it's called hate crimes, and under it, it starts with trans. If you say anything disrespectful about trans, even if it's a private conversation or you're emailing someone, texting someone, you can be charged with a hate crime.
What if they're hateful to you?
Well, yeah, exactly. Wait, what made you say that? We were talking about her T-shirt.
Yeah. What's
You said I should wear it.
Oh, okay.
So then it made me think of
Okay.
trans.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's policing
It's
speech.
too broad. It's way
Canada
too
had a similar
broad.
thing, and that's like a total violation of freedom of speech.
But listen to this. Scotland, last year, there was a man that was convicted of raping two separate women, right? A guy. He goes back to court for sentencing, and when he gets to court, he's in drag. And he says he wants to transition. He's now a woman and should be put in a woman's prison. Well, the judge put him in a woman's prison. He lasted 2 weeks. They took him out and put him in a man's prison. Now, do you think that's right?
No.
No, I do not.
I don't think so either.
No.
He should have had his little willy cut off and sent to a men's jail.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to relationships.
Go on.
This is from @Frederick1391. And he says, great idea. Dear Osbournes, here's my question. I've been married for about 15 years now. Recently, my husband came out as trans, which is the reason she is my wife now. I didn't see that coming and was kind of confused. Luckily, I remembered I'm bisexual, so that's okay, I guess. But I struggled with the fear that in the past she has chosen now. But I struggle with the fear that in the path she's chosen now, she might become interested in so many things I don't like. I mean, she started to do lots of girl stuff like clothes shopping, doing her hair, wants to learn about makeup, etc. I am not really into that. Never been. How can we get on as a couple even if interests become so different? Did you experience some major changes in your personality or interests of each other? And how did you make that work? I know people learn and grow and change all their life, but this one is a huge step.
Yeah, I don't.
Take up darts.
Yeah, I would.
I have a lot to say on this.
Okay, go for it.
Look, there's very many levels to this. And I think, first of all, this question in itself is a really brave question to ask, and a valid question to ask in their situation. But one of the best things about my personal relationship is when he lets me in on the things that he's really interested in and packages it in a way for me to be interested in it too. So we share his experience. Because there's so many things that Sid does that I'm like, I bless you. I don't care about that kind of stuff. That's his thing. Like, it's not my world. I don't infringe on it. I don't try and step into it. But when he invites me into that world, it feels really good.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to lean into the similarities, not the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're putting on makeup or putting on a pair of overalls. Like you don't have to only enjoy the things your partner enjoys.
Yeah.
So,
But there's something, a bit of a grey area here, because you don't just remember that you were bisexual. It's there within you.
No, I think the way that
she was trying to be ironic. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I think Frederick is a guy.
Oh, I understood that.
No, I think
My husband came out as trans, but I think they were a gay couple, and now...
Is it a man or a woman? Do we know?
No, yeah. I think
I
they were
read it
gay...
as a woman.
But the thing is, whatever they are. But the thing is, if you really love someone and it's deep love, yes, you're going to have differences with everyone. It's human nature. But if you love someone that much and you have differences, you learn to live with them.
You adapt.
Yeah, you adapt. And so you let that person be who they are and you still love them.
And there's shit that my wife does that I'm just like, I don't get that. Like, I appreciate it, but I don't like she's really into like home design, interior design, that kind of stuff. And I could live in a fucking tent.
Would you think that's agreed? Each to their own.
Each to their own, 100%. But you have to find commonality, common ground.
And the common ground is that you love each other. So if you love each other enough to marry and have a relationship, you're going to find differences, but you live with it.
Here's a question. What was dating like in the 60s and 70s?
Different. Very, very different, because you actually had to meet someone face to face, or you would meet them in a club, in a bar, or
There
at
was
work.
effort that went into it.
Yeah.
In England, you'd meet someone in a bar or a club.
But the cricket?
Rugby matches.
But you had to go out to meet people.
Yeah.
You had to make an
Here's a
effort to
question
go
I
out.
have.
I met your mother when I was going in caves.
You were caving. That's right. Yeah. Mum was coming out of the cave. You were going in.
So here's the question I have.
Potholing. It's called
Huge pot.
Chased
potholing.
me out.
Sorry, Cal. Go on.
The question I have is completely gone out of my fucking brain because you twats never let me talk.
Wait, I was just asking them a question and they were answering it.
I don't want to read this one
Why?
because it's about me. And I have something to say afterwards.
Okay. It's been 4 years since I've had any type of relationship. Does Kelly want to take me out and buy me steak and diamonds on a date? I'd be her little puppy.
Oh.
That's what's funny about that.
Why can't somebody, like, I am so lucky. I have a man that takes me out and buys me diamonds and takes me to dinner. I don't want to do that for a man ever again. So.
But don't you want a little puppy?
No.
It's this is rabid robots.
Why would she want a little puppy when she has a strong lion for a partner?
She
Oh,
got
that's a bit extreme, Mum.
Don't need a puppy, got a little off.
I've got my little OTQ. Okay.
There ain't personal questions about everybody's.
Probably.
Probably. Let's see.
Hold on, wait. I got a question.
Oh, here's a good one for Dad. Because he's the only person that I feel like can answer this besides Mum, but Mum has a different side of it.
Okay.
Okay, this is from Brooklyn, 3399. How does one navigate romantic relationships with someone who has potential groupies?
Oh.
So how does somebody have a relationship with a guy who potentially has groupies?
You could answer that as well. I mean, you're...
Well,
Oh yeah, forget about that.
you just don't get involved really. 'Cause I do my show, get on the bus and move on. It's like work.
You were all giving each other the side eye here, like,
I'm like,
But now and again, you see one with a big
bollocks. Bollocks.
Well...
I think that
Awkward.
perks of the
is.
job.
No, I think that it all comes down to trust, and it all comes down to if you want to take the risk of being in a relationship with somebody who could have that sort of attention.
Yeah.
But you
Because
don't.
Sid has that
that's
attention,
Number one thing you do.
and he pays no
You don't
mind.
hang around to be. You don't hang around. All right, okay. Let's just say you have a slip. If you want to if you don't want to slip, don't play in the fucking ice rink.
Yeah.
If you don't allow yourself to get tempted.
Yeah, but in reality is that if your person that you're hoping to have a relationship with does work in either sport or music, there are always groupies around those people, and it's a part of your relationship. It will be a huge part of your relationship that you have trust with that person, but you've got to realize that getting into that is not that easy.
And it's not fun.
No.
What are some first date red flags?
Breath.
Besides someone making you call them puppy.
Puppy, has that happened to you?
No, the guy. But you don't know whether that was a girl or a guy anyway.
I'm guessing it was a guy.
Okay.
I'm guessing it was a guy too.
Okay.
Red flags. Okay, so it's all about how someone presents themselves. You don't have to show up.
You
in a
know,
suit.
it's someone's hitting on you. You know.
No, we're talking about on your first date.
On the first
A red
date,
flag.
like what are red flags? What's a warning? Like for me, it's like if they've got bad breath, can't cross that. Like you can't come to this space with bad breath. Like not happening. I think they have to. Another red flag is if they bring up their ex a lot.
And another red flag for you would be if they made noises when they ate.
Yes, couldn't
Because
do
you
it
would stab them.
with my fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's a big red flag for me. I think it's always like gauging.
Talking about themselves too much.
Yeah,
too.
a lot of like, narcissism.
Yeah.
And then implied like I noticed when I was single and dating, there was a lot of like the norm in LA now is like young girls having like sugar daddy type shit.
And it's just they just have a contract. It's totally normal.
But
it's
but
even...
it's now it's like what are you going to give me in addition to,
And I think it's so gross
The
that
elbow.
love has become transactional in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah. It's most major cities at this point.
I would think that when people talk about themselves and talk about their achievements and what they have, I would be up and gone in a minute.
Yeah. You have to really focus in and notice, are they asking me questions about me? Are they wanting to get to know me? Are they trying?
Do we have any interests in common?
Yeah. People go straight to let's fuck and then figure out if we like each other. And I think that
Or have you seen my car that I came thrumming in to meet you and all of that? And if somebody was a guy, I can't take it when they'll have like a Gucci tracksuit on with a Gucci hat and a Gucci belt and you'd go, yeah.
That's like every fucking guy in LA now.
I think it's also a red flag when they don't have socks on. You know, that kind of laid back guy with their suit.
Loafers and
the
no
socks.
short jeans.
And
Oh,
I'm like,
It is such
Next question.
Okay, next question.
Oh.
So this next question is written by somebody that would like to remain anonymous. So absolutely love this idea. And honestly, I could really use advice about a personal matter. My husband passed 2 years ago after a seriously trying illness. Recently, I've debated starting to date again, but not sure how to tell our 23-year-old and almost 18-year-old sons. Any suggestions? Love you all so much. I don't think she has to tell her sons anything until she gets into a relationship with somebody that could, that she has genuine feelings for and wants to bring into her life.
I agree.
I don't think she has to explain that side of herself to her children.
And I think ultimately, I would like to think her kids want her to be happy.
Of course, it's like I'm sure that she's told her kids that she must be lonely and misses her husband so much and misses being married. I mean, that is a normal thing. So her children must see that she's still of dating age and wants to meet another partner, I think that, I know it's down to on an individual basis, but I think now it's more common that women, if they lose a partner, usually do, if they're of a certain age, get married again.
Yeah. And I think that ultimately it comes down to what Jack said. Your children want
You to be
happy.
happy.
Like, ultimately, that's what it's all about. Life is the search for happiness. And I don't feel as though you should have that kind
I mean,
of
if you used to have
conversation until...
another person around,
But no one will replace the dad. Ever.
you don't know. They used to get on with the dad. They didn't get on with him. Or...
Well, especially when you're 18 and 23, it's like, you know, you're not,
Yeah.
the role of dad is past. You know, you might, you know, the best you could hope for is to have a good relationship
Well,
with.
I hope she finds someone who is a genuinely good person.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, this is from Candice. I think I'm saying this right. Candice Stello, 8700. I'm talking to this guy and I've been asking him to do... Okay, let me start this again. I'm talking to this guy and I've been asking him to do you see us going anywhere questions. And he keeps saying you can't put a label on what we have. He won't tell people about us and won't go out anywhere.
Oh,
I think that
married.
because
He's
the
married.
side, she's the side piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that screams
You
side
can't put
piece.
a label on what we have.
That screams side piece.
it does. It does. If
Like,
I were her, I
he's-
would
he's-
run for the hills.
He's in a relationship with someone and she's his side chick.
He doesn't want to take her out. He doesn't want to... No.
Oh, I don't know. It's dodgy.
Very
Really dodgy.
dodgy,
Like,
very sus.
Yeah. And
So
I
what
bet
we
they
have
always
can't
meet
have a
at her
label.
place. Has she been to his place?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Great question. Have you been to
Yeah.
his place? Have you been in his car?
Yeah.
Have you, how did you meet him?
Do
Because
you know
when-
his address?
This
Have
is
you
one
been on
thing
social
that
Have
media?
you been to his house?
I know about men, and I don't know a lot, is that when a man is interested in you, they want to show you off.
Mm-hmm.
And they're proud that you are with them. When a guy is not interested in you or has secrets, then you become the secret.
Yeah. True that.
Move on.
Okay.
No, not you. The
Oh.
lady should move on.
Well, anyway, I'm going to move on. At Jane2Tarzan, she says, 65 female. I haven't had a date in 17 years. Online is just a bunch of scammers trying to love bomb you into your wallet. So I stopped trying that routine. And I don't want friends with benefits because that's not beneficial to me at all. I would feel used and abused. Are there normal men who don't need to drink every day to still exist? Where are they hiding?
God,
Okay,
that's so
Alcoholics.
hard.
It's 65.
That's a good point.
What do you say?
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, there are websites for older people.
Yeah.
But
They're
I think
not
she's saying that
alcoholics.
she's had no luck with that because what has happened to her is that it's people
What's
trying
wrong
to
with a
get
few
money.
drinks anyway?
I think obviously.
When have you ever had a few
Yeah.
drinks?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking... I found your mum.
Yeah, and how many drinks had you had?
Sober.
I knew I'd loved her.
Okay.
I thought I was married into wealth. Fuck, that was a big mistake.
That's so funny.
Oh, no, she should... okay, where could she meet people?
I think join a community center. Get yourself out of the house.
Bar, go to a pub.
Oh, don't be
No.
stupid.
Church.
Yeah, church is a
Next
great
to a
place. I think, like what you were saying before about hobbies and
Swingers clubs.
gets
No,
you out the
swingers.
house
Yeah.
more so that you are actually able to meet
Pornographic
people.
Yeah, she could...
Pornographic what, Father?
theatres.
It's not really a hangout for women.
on
Here's
their
a
own.
question for you, Dad.
What?
This is from Bond James Bond, 5874. Dear Osbournes, I'm a 34-year-old single man from San Francisco. I live alone, and in my room, I have pictures of my family on my dresser. Do you think it's weird of me that I turn the pictures around before I masturbate so they won't be looking at me? Or am I tripping? And should I just leave them as is? Thank you. I love the podcast.
No, turn them around. Turn the pictures around. You're doing the right
It's
thing.
bad feng shui to have pictures of your family in your bedroom for that reason.
Oh,
like
then
if
I'm
you
fucked.
Yeah, like you can't have, like they say, if you want pictures in your bedroom, there should be art or pictures of the couple. But no family for that. Yeah.
It's
that
totally
reason.
something I would do
Pictures
too.
can't
Turn the
fucking-
pictures around.
What?
Just can't see.
Yeah, but do you want...
Yeah, but
It's a respect
come on.
thing.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
seems like
It's a respect
this
thing.
person is right. He's right to turn the pictures
Yeah, but
around. It's freaky.
Why have pictures
But
in the
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
bedroom?
Take them out at this point.
Do
Do you know how many framed
If
pictures?
you want to have one
Mum,
of them, she's got to
you
go.
come to the house and she just hands you a bag of them.
Let me turn the pictures
I don't put them in my
around.
room.
Don't have them in there in the first fucking place.
I
All
need-
right.
If you
But
have
then
to
I've
have-
got like this
No,
really
if you
gorgeous
have to-
picture of you and Wesley on my makeup stand that makes me smile every day, and I love it.
Then put it next to your coffee pot.
That's a good point.
Don't have them in your bedroom. If you feel sexy. I'm gonna feel the urge.
But I'm not a
You gotta
sexy
get up,
person.
turn the fucking pictures round to have one off the wrist.
I'm not a sexy person though.
You're not a sex man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I've never.
hold on,
I've
oh,
never
oh,
put
oh,
pictures of
In your
family.
I'm gonna make love.
I don't even have pictures of the
Let me
kids
turn
in my
a picture
bedroom.
of Uncle Larry round.
You don't.
No pictures of the kids. No pictures of any of the family. Just pictures of me and Ari. And it's like 2. You guys
you
are
have the
fucking
entire
you
family.
got
in
your
your
fucking
bedroom.
lineage in your fucking bedroom. Pictures of
We
like
don't. We
Dogs, cats, kids.
I don't even like my dog being in the bedroom when I have sex.
Can we
We
not
just
have a
don't have
conversation
sex.
about you having sex with our parents? It's just too much.
Moving
talking about other
right
people.
along.
I've
Talking
got
about other
4
people.
fucking kids. Where do you think they came from?
Immaculate conception.
A box.
Spitting.
Spitting.
Moving right
Next
along.
question.
Spitting really took me out. Okay.
I'm so
This one is
confused.
from Wenki K.
Wenky K.
Over the past few years, I've noticed that some people send out wedding invitations and ask for donations for a honeymoon. I find that very tacky. A gift is one thing, but a donation for a trip is gauche. Now my daughter is having her second wedding and doing this. I am so embarrassed.
No.
No, I don't
it's-
think she should be embarrassed at all. I
No.
think it's her second wedding. She's got all the cups and plates and
Yeah.
cutlery that she needs. She wants to have a memory of having the most amazing honeymoon. I think putting money in lieu of a gift towards a honeymoon is so nice.
I do too, and I think it's a really neat idea.
My friend did it, and he used some kind of website that they planned their honeymoon on, and they put all the activities they wanted to do, so you could
You know who did
specifically
that?
buy
Put the
John
money,
Fenton.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
John
No,
Fenton did the same thing,
oh, okay.
and you could
Yeah.
on their trip pay for one specific things.
Yes.
While
yeah.
they were away, and so did Brooke and Elliot did that when they
Yeah.
got married. I think that it's a real, because you never know what to get anybody, and there's a registry, but it's very highfalutin, you know.
Yeah,
paying
it's-
money towards someone's
I think
honeymoon
it's
is
really good.
I do too, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's anything to be embarrassed of.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's and here's what people need to understand too is social norms are changing.
Yeah.
And whereas that 30 years ago didn't make sense because, you know, you could buy a house
we
when
had
you
to
got
pay
married.
for our wedding.
What?
We bought our wedding. What your parents have bought our wedding.
Paid for the wedding.
Oh no, they didn't pay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay, this is an interesting question.
Go on.
Okay, this is from Mindy Johnson, 3127. Dear Osbournes, can you have a successful marriage without sex?
Isn't that just roommates at that point?
No.
Everybody's
How old is
different.
person?
Everybody's different.
There's no age.
You could be asexual.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you find somebody that's the same, brilliant. Right?
I think there's so much more to a relationship than sex, but sex is very important.
Yeah.
To some people.
No, it's important because you
In
want
the
to know
beginning.
that person that you're going to be that intimate with, that you trust, and that it's reciprocated, and it's a very vulnerable act.
But there are people that are asexual.
I know that.
So if you find somebody
if
else
you
that
find
is,
someone who's asexual too, it's fine.
yeah, brilliant.
But it won't work if you're asexual and your partner ain't.
Yeah.
It won't work.
It won't work at all. No. But I think that there's more to a relationship than just sex. So I would like to think
but
that a relationship can work. It's just a lot harder.
yeah,
Definitely, because if one person wants sex, they're going to go outside the marriage to find it, and then you'll get jealous, and then it'll all end up tits up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all comes down to what is the love language in the relationship, and how is intimacy defined in the relationship.
You ready for the next question?
Go on.
This is from Tiffany J43. She says, is there any coming back from when love starts to turn to hate/dislike or despise?
Yes.
Despise, that's
I
a really strong
From
word.
a female perspective, if I am to the point where I fucking despise somebody, there must have been about 6 months to a year of a window where that person could have saved it, but they pushed me to the edge, and there's no coming back because I fell.
Yeah, but it's a little. I think if you're married with kids, there's more of an incentive to try
agree
and
with
bring
that.
it back from over the edge. You know, I think if you're fucking if
but
it's just a
if
boyfriend,
absolutely
like
gone,
fuck it.
if you're going back just for the kids only, that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Resentment building.
I do agree with this. If you don't get on and you have a deal that when the kids grow up old enough to look after themselves, you separate them.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, if you say you dislike someone, or I don't like the word, but hate, if you feel you hate them, but despise, I mean, that's
If
like
you despise,
big time.
there's no coming back from that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I
if
think
you
that
go-
because what's the reason behind despising someone?
Well, there's a
Yeah, but
million
no,
different
some
reasons.
people just can't be in the same fucking
You've
room.
been in relationships before where you wake up one day and suddenly you have the ick and you have no idea why,
Yeah,
but you are so over that person and you don't want to be with them
my
anymore.
question
Yeah.
to that is, what the hell made them? There must have been a time when they fell in love. How did it go from that to that?
It can go very quickly.
Very quickly. The closest thing to hate is love.
No,
It's
it's the
just
opposite.
opposites.
Yeah, it's like the opposite end of
But
the
right,
spectrum.
but
Like intensity wise.
Yes.
Like yeah.
Go to the pub.
oh god, Dad, that's your answer for everything.
Go on.
This is from O'Melon943. Dear Osbournes, I have been with my partner for 6 years now and I'm wanting to propose. I have been very nervous since I want to make this as special and memorable as possible. I thought of bringing her to Colorado where I could propose somewhere in the mountains. She has stole my heart from the beginning and I'm ready to pop the question. What are some of the pointers or ideas that y'all would have that could help me with the proposal? Ooh.
Oh, I think that he's got it all going on anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Cheat.
Oh,
Dad!
Ozzy!
No,
I think he's got it all going on. I think that would be really romantic to do that.
I think
Book a nice restaurant with with some place on like a beautiful golf resort or somewhere where there's
no.
Nice
See,
views.
this
Yeah.
is you got to think about it from the female perspective. This is going to be one of the most memorable days of her whole life. Girls want to look good, so take her to the salon before you go out. Get her hair done, get her makeup done, then go to dinner. Hire a photographer to capture the moment, or a videographer, and that way, whatever you have, she will look good, and you have the footage and the memory of it forever.
good one.
Very nice.
But you have to make sure that you've catered to the female
what she
needs.
likes.
That also, speaking of, would be my fucking nightmare. It's like,
What? Someone proposing to you?
yes. I like with a big, huge thing in front of everybody, and I would literally turn around and walk away.
Don't do the thing where you go to a beach and put a heart in the sand and flowers. That's so overdone.
Or you could come to the podcast
cruise.
and we
A
will
cruise, yeah.
ask her to marry you for you.
It
'Cause
sounds
that
like
would be-
it sounds like he wants to ask her.
Yeah, go to Colorado, fucking get a sweet Airbnb cabin with a beautiful view.
Yep.
I've had so much coffee today, you guys.
I can tell.
It's crazy. I'm on my 3rd coffee and it's Mum's fault.
Okay.
Well, it
Blame
is
me
because
for
you
everything.
because you had me order it again, and I was like, well, maybe I'll have another one.
You
Go
want me a
on.
coffee?
Yeah, of course. What kind? Do you want the one that we normally get?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's wait.
Sorry. Okay. This is from
at
@Music Mama.
No, we're gonna take a break.
Let's listen to this. Go on.
@Music Mama says, I'm trying online dating on Facebook. Men who I barely know keep asking me to Snapchat, FaceTime, or give them my phone number. I don't agree with doing all of that right away. I prefer to chat with them on Facebook till I get to know them better. And am I old-fashioned, too careful? I have had bad luck on dating sites and try to be more careful now.
No, I think that she's absolutely right. She's
I do too.
protecting herself, and good on you for doing it that
Yeah.
way. And if they're really interested in you, they'll do it your way.
I agree.
I think too, a good tactic is if you're meeting someone on a dating site, do like before you actually meet up with them, do like a 5 or 10 minute proof FaceTime. If you've got to the point where you're going to
Oh, you
exchange
wanna
funds,
see them.
yeah,
Yeah.
being like,
See them
make
in
sure
the
that it
flesh first.
actually is you in this picture and whatever.
Yeah.
FaceTime, hey, just a quick like 5-10 minute, nice to meet you kind of thing, and then go to coffee.
Yeah, good idea.
I agree with that completely.
Because
You have to make sure that,
it's a current picture.
yeah,
And it is that
good
person.
check
Yeah.
the merchandise, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I went on a few.
Catfish.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was pretty catfishy.
I've been on a few catfishes in my life where
Yeah.
you see a picture or a friend say, oh, this is my friend, blah, 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 blah. And they show you like the best fucking picture you've ever seen of them. And you think, oh, yeah, they're cute. And then they show up and you're like, you look nothing like
Yeah.
that at all. At all.
Moving right along.
Okay. Our final question.
Don't order the fucking
Will you
coffee
order
right.
it?
Dad's coffee!
He
Oh,
can fucking wait.
Jesus.
You can wait 10 minutes.
No, he can't. It's not rude. It's for Dad. Does anyone else want a coffee?
No.
You do? Okay. Dad, your coffee will be here in 15 minutes.
Go on then. Last question.
Okay, this is from Bella.m.
Oh, I hate coffee.
Dear Osbournes, I would like to know what you think about introducing a disability in a new relationship. Do you think it's the best to announce it from the start and risk the rejection, or wait till you form more of a connection when a person might be more thoughtful, considerate, and understanding? What kind of disability?
Disability, yeah.
I had a friend who was in a relationship, like numerous weeks of dating a girl. They were sleeping together, everything. And he didn't know she had a prosthetic leg
Shut the fuck
until
up.
like 2 months into the relationship. And she wrote this like crazy long letter, and she had a prosthetic leg.
Did it feel like skin? Is
Yeah,
that why
she had like each
What
leg.
happened to the relationship?
He ended it, but not for that reason.
Oh.
But like it was yeah.
Will you tell us who it is afterwards?
Oh, I'll tell you. Yeah. No, he'll tell you the story when you see him. But it was fucking crazy because he called me. He's like, dude, he's like, I need to talk to someone. He's like, I just got this 3-page letter. And he was telling, and I'm like, okay, so what? Did she used to be a man? Like the way he was building it up. And he's like, no, she's got a fake leg. And I'm like,
What's wrong with that?
Paul McCartney
but because he
didn't
was
care.
so shocked that he didn't realize.
Oh.
You know, clunk,
Well,
click,
but that
and-
just goes to show the mentality of a man. Like when you're only thinking about getting the action, you don't care if it's
but
got...
he saw her in a dress. He saw her like
because it's not
naked, like everything. She had one of those like, you know, she had those like $20,000 prosthetic legs that feel
Good for
warm.
her.
It articulates
for
like
her.
she had a leg for every inch high heel that she could wear. And she had like he said she had, when he finally like saw them, there was like 15 legs lined up in her closet.
Oh, she had it going on. Good for her.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I don't think that's a major thing.
Yeah,
neither do I. But
If you
okay,
love someone, it's not a major thing.
Did he break up before that?
No, he broke up with her after, and it was only because he kind of fell for her friend.
oh god.
Oh, dear.
No, but it's a whole thing. I'll explain.
That's sad.
But
No.
going
it was-
back to
yeah.
the disability thing, depending on what
He
it
married
is,
the
like,
friend.
Oh,
They got married.
oh,
Yeah.
well, that's nice.
But he started to sing Uncle Albert, didn't he?
Back to the disabilities.
so
I think it
sorry.
depends on what it is. Like I'd like to think that I would go in and be like, look, I'm fucking nuts. If you're gonna date me, you're gonna have to deal with a whole lot of shit, which is the truth. Like, fucking
She
nuts.
should have said, before we get any further in this relationship, there's something I've got to tell you. Because
But you don't say it on the first date, do you?
No, after the couple of dates. Because if she's been going sleeping with this guy, and it's been going on for any length of time, and then she says, I've got something to tell you, I've got a false leg, and then he breaks up with her, she's going to automatically think,
It's because she's got one leg.
Yeah, and Paul McCartney, I keep saying this, married somebody with
I don't
one
think
leg.
there's anything wrong.
I don't think there's anything
No, I don't
wrong.
think there's anything wrong with it
No.
at all.
No,
The only thing that like
just when the question was, when should she have told him?
She should have told him from the beginning.
Yeah.
After a few
Because
days.
otherwise you make a big deal out of
But
it.
like, but going back to
No,
what I'm saying,
what I
after a
was
few
saying-
dates,
what I
because
was saying, if it was any length of time, and then she told him after having to go to bed with her, and then she goes, you know, I've got something to tell you, I've got my legs, and then he dumps her. No matter what his real was, she's going to always think,
It was her leg.
yeah, it was a leg. That
he thought it was
made him
really
pop
funny.
off.
I don't think it's funny.
No, he thought it was funny that he didn't realize.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't think it was funny that she didn't have a leg. He just thought it was funny that, like, wait.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah,
that
like,
he
he was
didn't-
like,
What was wrapped around me then?
yeah, he was just like, I just don't and then when it clicked, he was like, oh.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to
it
find
all,
out who this
listen,
person
it
is.
all goes down to what the disability is.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if it's a thing like, I have autism or whatever.
Or
not,
or
like-
I'm bipolar.
Yeah,
Or not, huh? Or like going to the pub.
You and the last fucking time you were at a pub, Reagan was in office.
You're right. You're right. I better
I
go
will
back.
say, when I was back in London, I had a couple of really, really good pub dinners. Like, really good.
Where'd you go?
I'd lie awake at night.
You went locally,
Yeah, I
right?
only went local. I went to Sea Green to the Jolly Cricketer, and then we went.
You never
the
got
Lion in
tempted to
Beaconsfield.
have a quick one.
Of course. When it's a really nice day and you see the glasses and there's
Don't.
Let's move on from this.
Yeah.
you see the glass and it's like all shiny and the bubbles are coming up and it
Did
looks
you
cold.
feel that way when we went out with Fleur to the pub?
No.
No, I didn't.
First will drink.
No. She'll have one drink maybe in a blue moon to celebrate something, but never. No.
Okay, break now, yeah?
Well, that was the Osbournes give you advice on love and romance. I feel like we've learned a lot about each other from
No,
this.
I like doing this.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
fun. We
too.
should do this more often.
Yeah.
But we've got to come up with some really good questions to ask our
Good
audience
topics.
because I have to say I was impressed with how vulnerable people allowed themselves to be with the questions they asked.
That's the power of anonymity on the internet.
Yeah.
One last question.
Go on.
Say hello to Auntie Jean.
Hi, Auntie Jean.
Hi, Auntie Jean.
We love you.
All right, that is the episode. Thanks for listening. If you're listening over podcast ways, If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you follow. And head over to osbournemediahouse.com. And there's tons of information about the memberships and what you will be getting. There's we got some good stuff coming.
We got merch. We've got unseen content.
Yes, we have the original Osbourne series, which we're going to be, for our members, we're going to be gifting that to you with your membership.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to view it all on the website.